So, I drew every day for 100 days, which is kind of crazy, because it's longer than you think. And today we're going to be going over everything I've drawn. So this is a follow-up to my first video, drawing every day for 30 days. But if you haven't watched that, then don't worry, because I will briefly be going over the first 30 days again. But if you want a detailed look at those first 30 days, then be sure to check it out, as I also go over why I'm doing this and to explain my thoughts behind the drawings I did. But anyway, let's just get straight into it, because we've got a lot to look through. So I'm just going to quickly go back through days 1 to 20. I started out with a very loose idea of what to do. I did have some drawing experience, but nothing crazy. It was mainly just about kind of understanding things, so drawing poses. I drew pictures from models, so I guess the title of this video is a lie because I didn't immediately start drawing anime. But yeah, from now on I started drawing anime. Some of them were quite good. I mean, day 9, I still think this is actually really good. But yeah, I was just testing to see what I could do, what I couldn't do, what I struggled at. In the beginning, it was mainly arms, legs, and hands and feet, of course. But yeah, I mean, I was just kind of like testing the waters, just drawing stuff mainly from reference, stuff that I was watching at the time, all of that kind of thing. So yeah, the first book isn't particularly great. But hey, I think from day 20 onwards, I kind of did somewhat decently. So moving on to the second book, this is kind of where I started to get the hang of things, I guess. So at the time I was drawing 2 drawings a day, but I kind of reduced that down to 1. I mean, some of these I still really like this one. In my previous video I said that this one was my favourite. It's still really great. I still really like it, although obviously her chin is a little chiseled. One thing I also said, I said I kept drawing shoulders too wide, which I eventually realised that I was doing, which I'll point out in a minute. But yeah, I was kind of just getting there slowly. Some of them I didn't particularly like these two. I didn't really like. That's not bad. These two are okay. But yeah, so that was it for the first 30 days. So after day 30, I started using the pen. I was actually pretty excited to use the pen, however, I didn't actually really like it. I felt like the drawings I was doing kind of lost some depth to them. I was drawing it with pencil and then putting the pen on top and then rubbing out the bottom, but I just didn't really like it. So as a result, I went back to pencil. Another thing around this time is I was drawing the shoulders too wide of my characters. So I kind of, from this point onwards, forced myself to draw the shoulders slimmer. So you can literally see on this one, I like rubbed it out here and pushed it in a little bit. So yeah, that was one thing I kind of discovered. And I was still sucking at the 3/4 angle drawings, and a lot of the drawings were good, but they weren't quite there. So this is from Golden Boy, for example, and while it's a good drawing, I feel like I failed to capture the sex appeal of her, because I mean, you know, she's kind of hot. This was the last pen one I did. Hated it, so never did the pen again after that. Started drawing characters from Inuyasha, even though I've never seen it. I just quite liked the art style. And finally going for some full body kind of poses, although I messed up the eyes a little bit on that one. One thing I wasn't doing, and this is a great example, I wasn't drawing the face wide enough. And as a result, the eyes ended up being really, really close. And to be honest, it's something which kind of like plagued my entire 100 days. But yeah, I mean, these drawings are quite good. I think just in general, just drawing practice helps you get stuff like this, because, I mean, most of these drawings obviously don't have legs on or complete full bodies, but it just gives you some good experience to actually tackle something like this. Also started trying to do kind of like expressions, different angles, stuff like this. Yeah, I was slowly getting there, and to be honest, around this time I thought I was on quite a good streak. I conquered the 3/4 angle finally, and also 90 degrees as well, so as a result I started drawing more characters at a 3/4 angle, like Sailor Neptune here. And then on the end we've got Marin from My Dress Up Darling. This was kind of funny because this was recommended to me on Pinterest, and I was like, oh, she looks great to draw, and I had no idea that she was from that anime because I'd never seen it. But yeah, moving on to book 3. I mean, up until this point I thought I was on a really good streak. However, this completely fell apart. Not with this drawing, but with this one. So this drawing really annoyed me, because I felt like I was on a great streak, and as a result I kind of got a bit tilted from this point onwards. So this one I hate as well. I don't know why. I feel like she doesn't look alive or something. I mean, this one's okay. I mean, not everything was bad, but I just hit like a weird point. Like, I kind of like flip-flop from doing something which wasn't particularly very good to something which was good, because this one I love, and it's one of my favorites that I drew throughout the entire 100 days. And yeah, these two were okay. I think I was just maybe hitting a bit of a plateau. At this point, I was kind of debating to myself how I was even continuing drawing stuff, because I felt like I was just running out of things to reference, to find, to watch. So this was definitely a bit of an awkward period. I mean, again, like this one's great. I really like this one a lot. This one doesn't look so good. It was kind of just a bit annoying, to be honest, and I kind of came very close to giving up, which I didn't really want to do, but around this time I just wasn't enjoying actually doing it. It just felt like something I kind of had to do. This was another one of these days where I had to stick something over the bottom because I couldn't for the life of me draw something this day. And yeah, it was just a bit of a rocky period. Day 73 was the day which I did almost stop. Not just because I was tilted. I actually started a new job at the time, and I was unsure if I could still keep drawing, because I mean this took me about an hour a day. So yeah, this was going to be my last one, but I kept going. I just thought it was harder to quit than to actually just make an effort to try and draw. So yeah, I kept going, and then I think as a result, after this point, I kind of slowly beat the plateau, I guess. I mean, not everything was perfect. This drawing I don't like, for example. These two are okay. But yeah, I was getting there. Like, that one's quite good. This one's not bad. These two are okay. So, I mean, it was just slowly kind of getting there. And then I get like these two. So these two I really like a lot. These two are okay. These two are pretty good. These two are great. Yeah, I really like this one a lot. That's probably one of my favorites. And that's it. That's the last of that book. And then, for the final, I graduated to the big sketchbook. So I was getting sick of drawing in such a small sketchbook. And I just thought, well, you know what, I'm going to buy a big one because I wanted to, at this point, keep going. So, yeah, I started drawing kind of like full body. I know this doesn't unfortunately really fit in the camera, but yeah, drawing a bit more full body poses. These ones are all basically just repeats of characters I've already drawn because for me, this was kind of like my victory lap. I kind of just drew some of my favorites. Like so, and all of these I really liked. I think because this sketchbook was kind of like the final home run, I kind of like really put a bit of effort in, and that's it. That is day 100. Afterwards, I did actually draw this, although I'm not counting this because this took me like 2 days, and I started it like 3 days after day 100, so it doesn't count. But that's it. That is all of the drawings. So, would I do this again? No, is the answer. No, this challenge was, it was good. It had its good points. It's had its bad points. I think it was just way too much drawing for me, to be honest. Trying to find something to draw every day was a challenge in itself, something interesting. I tried not to repeat characters where possible, unless I was drawing favorites, of course. But it was good. I mean, the improvement is pretty clear if I just kind of compare this one versus something from like here. You know, it's pretty good. One thing I think I did really well on was shading. In the beginning, some of the shading I was doing was not particularly great. Like that's just like a crosshatch kind of thing. But yeah, for these, I was actually able to get like different shading levels, like with the hair and with the like scrunchy thing. I don't know what that is. But yeah, it was good and it was bad at the same time. So yeah, that is it. That is 100 days worth of drawing anime. This hopefully will not be the last video I'm going to make. I still want to make some more drawing videos in the future. Because the one thing I didn't do was I didn't colour any of them. So that's a bit of a hint as to what might be coming next. But yeah, that's about it. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. And hopefully I will be seeing you soon.